I don't do drawings, but I'm not a drawing person. I don't do drawings of women.
As I'm sure everyone's painfully aware at this point, President Donald "I don't do drawings" Trump has been found out. The House Oversight Committee today just released a letter, a love letter, if you will, between Donald Trump and the late Jeffrey Epstein from 2003, detailing a secret between the two of them. Who knows what that secret is? I'll leave that up to you to guess. And it's pretty shocking. One of the more disturbing parts of this, of course, being the figure of the girl that was drawn being quite underdeveloped. Let's just say that. And of course, Donald Trump's signature at the bottom, his wacky, crazy signature in the form of pubic hair. Pretty creepy, pretty gross. Let's have a look at the drawing. So as you can see, here's the drawing. I'm going to read it to you. Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey. Nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Donald J. Trump. Interesting. He said this didn't exist before, but now we have it. The House Oversight Committee has released it. This is a pretty damning thing, man. Pretty crazy. Here's what Donald Trump had to say about it originally.
I don't do drawings, but I'm not a drawing person. I don't do drawings of women, that I can tell you. They say there's a drawing of a woman, and I don't do drawings of women.
Well, it looks like you do, actually, buddy. Drawings have been done. So, yeah, as you might imagine, MAGA is coping in every way humanly possible. I've seen comments on Twitter saying something about Joe Biden and the auto pen, about how Democrats are still doing trans stuff, like literally any response humanly possible to try and just grasp at breaking, crumbling straws to get away from the fact that their dear leader is in the PDF files, if you will. They're even saying it's not his signature, but if you take a look here, Harry Sisson posted this. We got Donald Trump on the Epstein letter from 2003 and Donald Trump in a letter to Lillian Jane Volk from 1995. This is how his signature used to look. This is how it looks here. This is how it looks there. It's identical. In addition to posting the video, Governor Gavin Newsom also posted this lovely tweet by J.D. Vance from a little bit ago saying, "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter bullshit. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is this letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump?" As a matter of fact, JD, we do believe it. Why? Because this is the very infamous grab him by the pussy guy. This is the civilly liable for rape president of E. Jean Carroll. This is a guy who has dozens of sexual misconduct allegations against him from people. This is a guy who was declared by Epstein in the Wolf interview to be his best friend for 10 years. This is a guy who has dozens of photos, dozens of videos with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. Yes, we do believe Donald Trump would say these things. Absolutely. He is one of the most crass, foul, disgusting, creepy, gross people out there. And yeah, obviously, of course, he would say something like this. Yeah, it's not, we don't put anything past what Donald Trump would say. What an obfuscation. So guys, it's plain to see. Over and over and over again, we get distraction after distraction after distraction. He would sooner start a war. He would sooner invade Chicago, invade LA, invade DC illegally with the United States National Guard. He would sooner do trade wars. He would sooner fund ICE to become the 16th biggest military in the world, more than Israel. ICE, who can now legally, according to the Supreme Court, take people off the street for examination, for deportation, based on the color of their skin. All of this to distract us from the Epstein files, the truth of what might actually be in there. what probably is in there. Guys, I don't know how to say this to my MAGA brethren. If you're still defending this guy at this point for anything, whether it's the economy, which is going horribly, whether it's the Epstein files, which is going horribly, which is the border and deportation, which he's underwater in the polling on because it's so fucking horrific with ICE. If you're still supporting this guy, you need to have your head examined and maybe lobotomized. I don't know. This is an unbelievable time, and we're in an incredibly, incredibly rocky situation here, and an incredibly slippery slope in America. We're at a brink. This is a pretty wild point, but man, oh man, never, ever, ever ignore the Epstein stuff. Never relent on the Epstein stuff. This was one of his biggest promises. This was one of the biggest promises of QAnon. This is one of the biggest promises of all of his insanely cultish, conspiratorial followers. This was it. Do not ever let them obfuscate to some silly shit that he's also failing on, like the economy or the war in Ukraine. And in terms of political effectiveness, there's never been a better time for the Democratic Party to hammer this guy over and over and over again with this shit. Never let up off the gas. Whether it's the shitty economy, whether it's the Epstein file stuff, the Democrats need to be advertising this stuff like you wouldn't believe. One of the biggest failings, especially in Kamala Harris's campaign, was advertising what the Democrats' accomplishments were. This isn't quite that, but they need to advertise the failings of the current president while they get their shit together. If people don't see this stuff, if the Democrats aren't belittling Donald Trump and his sycophantic, disgusting followers with this stuff, there's absolutely no credibility to be had on that side of the aisle. They have to do it. Newsom's doing a great job of it. Independent media is doing a great job of it. Ro Khanna posted this, I saw. The rest of the Democratic Party needs to follow suit. Jump on the bandwagon, pile on top of this guy. Make sure everybody is sounding the alarm on this dude over and over again. Beat him with his failings. If he's failing on the economy, hit him with it. He is. If he's failing on deportation, hit him with it. He is. If he's failing on the war in Ukraine, hit him with it. He is failing. If he's failing with no new wars because he's going to war with Venezuela now, hit him with it. He is. He's going to war with Venezuela. Say it. Say it. The more we say it, the more the information's out there over and over and over again. The more people know, the more people see, the less support this guy will have, and the bigger the win is going to be in 2026 in the midterms. Period. End of story. Keep pushing that button over and over and over again, and we will keep getting stuff. We will keep getting more releases like this, and hopefully he drowns in it. Obviously, I'm not going to hold my breath for this guy to go to jail or anything, but he deserves it. This is the twice impeached, 4 times indicted, 34 felonies, 91 criminal charges, civilly liable rapist who tried to coup the government in 2021 with the fake electors scheme and the 11,780 votes request from Georgia. This is the guy who is Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 10 years. Quote, this is the guy who palled around with him forever. This is not a good person. And people say all the time, oh, well, all politicians lie. No politicians are good people. Well, there have been politicians who are both good and bad people. There are degrees to this stuff. I'm sure you would agree that in humanity there is a spectrum. And there is a spectrum and a degree to which people are good and people are bad. And Donald Trump is obviously very bad. He's a bad person. Not only is he a bad person, he's a criminal. And there is no way that if he wasn't able to sprint to the Supreme Court to ask for criminal immunity from his disgusting crimes last year, that he would have ever been able to run for president again. But here we are. Keep pushing this issue. Never let them forget about the abuse that was incurred by these young women. Never let your foot off the gas. But anyways, that's the news on that. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a subscribe, hit the alert bell for more videos when they come out. Comment your thoughts below. I'd love to hear from anybody out there. So appreciate that. Love you guys. Stay safe. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.